Where would you have placed it in your journey from starting the group with Claire and Leah all the way through to now? So do you think that process of you actively making decisions and kind of working on things would be better placed maybe starting halfway through your group, so that you're kind of doing more of that as homework and less of prescribed tasks by the therapist, or 3/4 the way through, or at the end of therapy, which is more where it started, isn't it, in this kind of case? Or is there any different kind of area where you might think it would be a better place for me to take control as a self-therapist from this point in therapy?
I think it happening at the end worked really well for me because, like I said, when we got to the end of the 8 weeks, my scores weren't like under the line or however they measure it. Yeah. But I didn't feel worried about being on my own, because I think a few people at work said, "Oh, are you worried about?" The girl I worked with, she said, "Oh, are you worried about being your last session?" And I thought, well, I wasn't till you said that, and now I am.
Planted a seed now.
Yeah. But when I got there and we did the last session, and it was like, whatever, I didn't feel at the end like, oh my God, what am I going to do next? I didn't panic, I didn't stress. It felt like I was ready to go on my own at that point, and I'd learnt enough to then tailor it to myself. So for me, I think it did suit being at the end. And I was happy that I'd learned everything I needed to know, and that it helped me. But yeah, I didn't worry about being on my own. It wasn't like you said, looking for that therapist all the time. I was confident in myself that I could keep it under control and kind of get it even more, which I have done. So but whether that's because I've kind of had it in the past and got through it, that I had confidence that I was going to get to the end. I imagine for some people, if they've never gone through it, they might not be able to see the light, I suppose, at the end. But I had something that I knew was going to go away or get under control. So I think it was different. But yeah, I think at the end suited me.
So I guess what you're saying there is, because you've had kind of therapy previously and these kind of problems previously, you'd seen them fluctuate over time, knowing that they've been able to get better. And because of that, you had an advantage in knowing that this would be something that would continue to improve. So maybe you weren't so uncertain at the end of therapy like some people might be that haven't experienced therapy before, or haven't had multiple episodes that have resolved over.
I think I knew that feeling of being ready as well, because when I saw my counsellor when I was 15, 16, I would see him and every week, and it was going really well. And then I kind of got to a point where I thought, I don't need to do this anymore. And I knew myself, I knew when I felt ready. So I think that I had that feeling of knowing when I was okay on my own again, and that was how I felt at the end of the session. So I was confident again, but because I'd had that past experience, I knew what that feeling of being ready was on your own was like. So again, that was, I don't know if it's lucky or not. It seems stupid to say it's lucky, but it kind of does pretty well. It works well when it does happen. So I was happy that I was okay on my own. I didn't freak out and cling to the walls like I thought I would.
So I guess your readiness was important in that, being able to kind of hit the ground running with it at that stage.
I knew that I had to keep doing it to keep on top of it, and in my head to keep going where I was and to go up. So
whereas I guess if you had a view that, I need some more sessions, I'm not quite finished yet, or this feels a bit short or something, you might have felt differently, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I think I thought I would feel like that going into that, like the second to last week. I think that week leading up to the last session, I thought, I don't think I knew how I'd feel. I think you don't know. And then when someone said that, oh, are you worried? I thought, well, I don't know if I am or not, and you weren't sure. But then once everything had gone through and they kind of signed you out and everything had like calmed down, you think, oh yeah, it's all right actually. But it's that idea in your head, you don't know how you're going to feel, and if I was going to just get to the end and refuse to move out my chair. I think a few of us felt like that. We're like, what do we do now? Every Wednesday, because it gets a routine, and then even the week after you think, oh, it's a bit weird not going, but I didn't feel like oh my God, I'm not going and I've got so much to do, I've got so much to say. I didn't feel like that. I didn't feel the need to go anymore. So I think it was a really good time length for me. But everyone's like different, I suppose, aren't they?
And you said for you as well, you felt like the door was open, so that if you were really stuck, you could contact somebody, and that I guess makes things feel a little bit different, doesn't it? When you feel confident that you're not on your completely on your own with something.
I think if I'd gone back to my doctor and just said I'm not, that's not helped, or it's not, I'm not ready for it to end or anything, I know she would have helped and sorted something out. So I felt like there was enough people there, and even going back to the office at Mines, that it was going to be someone there to do something. I didn't feel on my own, which some people do, so I think it was nice to have that security. So it always feel kind of like a security blanket, even though I didn't seek it, it was just there nicely.
Well, it sounds like you're doing absolutely wonderful.
I know.
To do a lot of superstitions now. But it sounds like things are going really great, and you've really benefited from your CBT, and your continued application of it, whatever form it takes, is really helpful.
Yeah.
You can't ask for better than that, can you?
I think I'm happy with that.
I think the most fascinating thing for me, that's lovely to see, is your sharing of that with other people that might benefit. Because there's not enough of us therapists in the world, but there's a lot of clients. So if every client did their bit and shared a little bit with someone else, everyone else benefits. Don't they? So it's lovely to see that.
I think it is important, and I've got so much more confident with it. Like I used to listen to people and I think, oh, how can you stand up there and say this and this about yourself? Whereas now, if anyone asked me anything about me or like what's happened, I'd easily just say it. And so I feel like I like being more involved with stuff and like opportunities at work and like.
So socially, there's a change, isn't it?
I think.
Was that from the group? Was that from?
I think so. I think being in a group just totally normalised it, and you just feel like. It's alright just to go, no, I'm not okay. There was, even at work the other day, a guy was feeling a bit down, I think it was a few months ago now, in the lift, and he said, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, and he's like, are you sure? And I thought, that's really important that he's actually asked that, are you sure? Because not everyone would, they just go, oh, yeah. He knew that I wasn't right, but didn't take my first answer for it, and I was like proud of him. I was like, you've been reading the posters, I don't know. But I think it's, if I can implement that and encourage that in work, then we spend however much time, we're quite a close office, there's only like 70 of us, so we're quite close.
Bigger than my office, me and my other lecturer colleague.
So I think it was nice if everyone gets on with stuff like that. I think I've become a little advocate for it now. So I'm happy with that.
Well, we're very tokenistic, aren't we? We always ask people, how are you? And then we don't stop to find out the answer.
Nobody actually listens. But nobody really says, oh no, actually, I never would. Whereas I probably would now, just, like, especially with my colleague that I work with, because there's only really us two on our team, I'd just say, no, I'm not having a great day today, and she'd either leave me alone or ask a bit more, or she just... But I feel comfortable just going, no, not at the moment.
Things up,
and that's so much more comfortable. I don't feel as stressed. I don't feel like I have to. I don't sit there and cry all day, but I don't feel like I have to hold myself together and be anything that's
something
not.
That feels different to how you feel.
And if I can make other people in work feel like that, then I'm happy with. If I can make them feel comfortable and normalise it at work, then I feel like it'd just be nice to support other people like we have in the group. So. Make other people feel.
It's expanding your group out, isn't it? Making the group get bigger.
Take over totally. But it's nice to know the others are doing alright. But even when they're not alright, they tell you. It's not like we're all trying to be good or positive with each other. If we're not feeling great, then we just say it. So I think that's just massive, the support, so that's good.
Brilliant. It's making me think about my private practice and how I can bring people together. But when I was in the NHS, I used to run a lot of groups and I loved it.
I think even like even if that was after therapy, even if you got to the end, and like you said, the therapists weren't there, but it was an organised coffee morning, or